Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. I'm going to do another local price report for you guys here. We did a lot of rearranging in our pantry in the last few days, and my wife and I got together a list, and we decided this time we were going to go to the Mennonite slash Amish bulk food store to get a few of the things that we need. Now, this is the week of the 27th of January, 2024. And the prices that I'm going to quote you here today are the ones that we seen over at the bulk food store. The bulk food store and one local hardware store is where we shop to get our stuff and these prices this time around. Now, at the very beginning of this video, you guys seen a short clip of a large whiteboard. That whiteboard is the bulk prices at the Mennonite store that we go and we shop at. And I wanted to put that at the beginning because there's a lot more prices on there than what I can quote you guys in a short video. So you guys can go back, review that, pause it. You can blow up the screen and you can check out what the prices are on large quantities of different types of beans, rice, different types of flour, different types of sugar. It's all on that particular whiteboard. Now, I have a lot of meat prices on here. This place is known for having really good quality meat, and a lot of stuff is locally sourced, which is important for people of the preparedness-minded attitude like we are. Boneless hams. The boneless hams prices were between $1.99 and $2.69 a pound. They had a lot of really good high-quality hams there that I thought for a really reasonable price. Good for grabbing one, throwing it in the freezer for Easter dinner coming up here. Bacon is another thing that's always really reasonable over there. And it was 1 pound packages were $3.50, and then bulk 15-pound packages were all around $40 for the different cuts and stuff that they had. Fresh pork butt was $1.99 for the larger packages, and then they had some different cuts like country style ribs and stuff. They were $2.49. They were, of course, a little bit more because of the extra labor to do those different cuts. Boneless skinless chicken breast was $2.39 for the 10-pound bulk packages. Bulk pork sausage was $2.79, and they had a couple different varieties of that, but they were all right around that $2.79 a pound price point. They had ground chuck there. It didn't have listed on there what the fat to protein ratio is. The stuff last week that I quoted you guys was 81.19, but this stuff looked like it had a lot less fat in it than the stuff that I quoted in the last video. It was $3.99 for 10 or larger pound bulk packages. Butter, they had local butter, and they had some others that they brought in. That was $3.79 a pound. All the hard cheeses were pretty much $3.99 a pound. 50-pound bags of Idaho potatoes were $20, which I thought was actually a pretty decent price. And then they had 10-pound bags there as well. They were $3. 3-pound bags of onions were $1.79. That's also a really good price here locally. They had whole turkeys there, and the whole turkeys were also 99 cents a pound. They had a lot of cabbages there, and the cabbages were $1.99 for a 3 to 4 pound head for the ones that I weighed. And that's actually a pretty decent price to go ahead and make yourself some sauerkraut, especially this time of year. Sauerkraut's got a lot of vitamin C in it. They had 25-pound bags of carrots there like you would use for canning and stuff. They were $18. They had bulk tomatoes there. They were $2.49 a pound. I believe those came in from Canada from what the labels was that I seen. And white vinegar was another thing. Was $3.49 for the 5% acidity. That's the good stuff that you use for canning. I actually grabbed a couple of gallons of that. That's something that we were running low on. This is the time of year when you want to start looking for your canning stuff. If you wait till later in the summer, when people start canning, there's sometimes shortages, and that doesn't even take into account any type of panic buying or anything like that. Another thing canning related was they had 4-pound boxes of canning salt there. They were $2.49, and it was a regular Morton canning salt, which is also a good price. Another thing they had there, they had 10-pound bags of pasta. Pretty much all the 10-pound bags of pasta, no matter what the size, shape, and variety was, were all right around $19. Sometimes you get them cheaper if you buy individual boxes, like at the big box stores and stuff. But those 10-pound bags are nice if you want to just go ahead and like Mylar bag them right away and vacuum seal them. Local honey was $6 a pound. Lard, 3-pound tubs of lard was $6.49. Another thing they had when you first walked in there that I thought was a pretty good price, they had 25-pound bags of rock salt for your sidewalks and stuff. They were $4.99. I thought that was pretty reasonable. And then canning lids and canning jars. They had quite a bit there. It was pretty much all Ball brand. And the one thing that this place has is they have large bulk packages of canning lids. So I just figured out the price per lid. They had the price per lid on a lot of the packages. Now, the canning jars, the regular mouth ones were actually not too bad. They were $12.99 for both the pints and the quarts, the regular mouth. The wide mouth quarts, I thought were kind of expensive. They were $19.99. And then the wide mouth pints, they were $16.99. The bulk canning lids, they were Ball brand. The wide mouths were 29 cents each, and then the regulars were 24 cents each, and they had them broke down in different quantities basically. But the main quantity, they were like that long. They were huge. And milk was a little bit higher over there than what I've been paying here recently. That was like $3.50 to $4 a gallon, depending on which kind you got. Eggs were running right around $2 a dozen. And we also hit a hardware store, and one of the things at the hardware store that I noticed that they had that I wanted to mention, because I don't know if most people know that or not, but we have what they call pellet wood stoves out here in the country, and they're little wood pellets that you put in the stoves to burn. A lot of people will use these, especially older people, because they're easier to work than, you know, trying to split wood and that kind of stuff. But the pallet wood pellets, they were $269.50, and it was a 2,100-pound pallet. They sell them by the pallet. Just go in there and they'll load you a pallet basically on the back end of your truck. And they also had economy 2x4s, which are 2x4 by 8 feet. They were $1.99 a piece. I thought that was pretty reasonable. And then 9mm Freedom Seeds, 124 grain, were $11.29 for 50, which is probably the best price that I've seen recently. And then they had 223 and 556. The 223 was $8.99 for 20, and it was $10.29 for the 556. It's the first time I've seen 556 basically since before Christmas. Most places have been sold out around here. And gas has been running about $2.69 a gallon, give or take about 10 cents depending on where you get it. But anyway, that's the local prices here for the week of the 27th of January 2024. Just shoring up some of our stuff in our pantry with this latest trip here, and I thought it would be interesting to go ahead and give you guys the prices at the local Mennonite Amish bulk food store. I did a video on this particular store couple years back. I'll go ahead and I'll put a link in the description for that as well. If you guys haven't seen that, gives you a little bit of a layout of what the store is. That particular store looks pretty much the same today as it did when I did that video. But anyways, Modern Refugee. Appreciate all my subscribers out there. Hope you guys got a little information, a little entertainment out of this video here. Just keeping track of prices and inflation as time goes on. You guys have a good one.